Welcome to NZERA Exam Preparation. This is the 2025 Primary Leaving National Examination in Mathematics set by NESA. We'll go through every question together. For each one, we first understand what it is asking, then learn the idea behind it, and work out a clear step-by-step answer. Let's begin. First, a quick look at the paper. It carries 100 marks over 2 hours and no calculator is allowed. You answer every question. And remember, you earn marks for showing you're working, not only for the final answer. So let's learn a clear method for each one. Question 1. Let's decide if each one is true or false. Here is the rule to hold on to. When you multiply or divide, the same signs give a plus and different signs give a minus. Part A, minus 3 times 2. Different signs, so the answer is -6. That is true. Part B, minus 2 plus minus 3. Owing 2, then owing 3 more is owing 5, so -5. That is true. Part C, minus 2 times minus 3. Same signs, so +6. That is true. Part D, minus 3 take away minus 2. Taking away a minus is the same as adding, so -3 plus 2, which is -1, not -5. That one is false. Part E, -3 divided by -3. Same signs, so +1. That is true. So we have true, 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 false, true. Well done. Question 2. Let's fill in the blanks using the words time, principal, and rate. These 3 words come up in every interest question, so they are worth knowing well. The principal is the money itself, the amount borrowed, saved, or lent. The rate is the percentage we use to work out the interest, and the time is how long the money is kept or invested. So part A is principal, the money, part B is rate, the percentage, and part C is time, the period invested. Principal, rate, and time, easy when you know them. Question 3. Let's complete these using the words radius, diameter, or circumference. Picture a circle. The circumference is the distance all the way around the outside, like a fence around a field. The diameter is a straight line right across the circle, passing through the very center. The radius only reaches from the center out to the edge, so it is half of the diameter. For part A, the distance around the circle is the circumference. For part B, the line AB goes through the center, so it is the diameter. So the answers are circumference and diameter. Question 4. A meeting began at 10:40 in the morning and ended at 1:30 in the afternoon. How long did it last? The easiest way is to count forward in steps from the start to the end. First, jump whole hours. From 10:40 in the morning to 12:40 is 2 hours. Then count the extra minutes. From 12:40 to 1:30 is 50 minutes. Now add them together, 2 hours and 50 minutes. So the meeting lasted 2 hours and 50 minutes. Nicely done. Question 5. Let's look at place value and value. They sound alike, but they are different. The place value tells you which column a digit sits in, like ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. The value is that digit multiplied by its place. In part A, 3,297,354, the 2 sites in the hundred thousands place, which is 200,000, and the 7 sites in the thousands place, which is 7,000. In part B, 675,982,840, the value of the 2 is 2,000, and the value of the 7 is 70 million. Take your time reading the columns, and you will always get it right. Question 6. Let's compare each pair using less than, greater than, or equals. The trick is to read the digits from the left and find the first place where they are different. That place decides which number is bigger. In part A, both start with 5, but next comes 3 against 7. 3 is smaller, so 537,000 is less than 573,000. In part B, 106 has only 3 digits, while 1 million has 7, so it is far smaller, less than. In part C, both start with 2, but next comes 1 against 0. 1 is bigger, so this one is greater than. So the answers are less than, and greater than. Question 7. Using the digits 5, 2, 9, 4, and 0, let's make the biggest and the smallest whole number using all 5. To make the biggest number, put the digits in order from largest to smallest. That gives 95420, 95,420. For the smallest, we go from smallest to largest. But be careful. 0 cannot go at the front, or the number would lose a digit. So we start with the next smallest, the 2, then place the 0. 2, 0, 4, 5, 9, 20,459. So the biggest is 95,420, and the smallest is 20,459. Question 8. Let's give the correct meaning of the words mode and range. These are two words we use to describe a set of data. The mode is the value that appears the most often. Think of the letter M for mode and for most. The range tells us how spread out the numbers are. We find it by taking the highest value and subtracting the lowest value. So the mode is the most repeated value, and the range is the highest minus the lowest. Two useful words to remember. Question 9. Let's add 292,142, 505,735, and 402,123. To add large numbers, line them up neatly by place value and add each column from the right, carrying when a column reaches 10. Adding the first two gives 797,877. Then adding the third brings us to exactly 1,200,000. So the total is 1,200,000, option D. Excellent work. Question 10. Fill in the missing term. 337,478 minus something equals 302,370. Here is a friendly way to think about it. The big number lost a piece and became the answer. To find the piece that was taken away, we subtract the answer from the big number. So we work out 337,478 minus 302,370. Take it column by column from the right. The missing term is 35,108. Well done. Question 11. What is 2 to the power 5 plus 32? That small raised 5 tells us how many 2's to multiply together. So 2 to the power 5 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Multiply them step by step and you get 32. Now the sum becomes 32 plus 32. That gives 64. The answer is 64, option D. Question 12. Fill in the correct sign, less than, greater than, or equal to. The trick is to compare the numbers place by place, starting from the left. For part A, 4.44 is much bigger than 0.40, so we write greater than. For part B, both start with 3, then we compare the next digit. 5 is smaller than 6, so 3.56 is less than 3.65. For part C, 3.65 and 3.650 are the same. That extra 0 at the end does not change the value, so we write equal to. The answers are greater than, less than, and equal to. Question 13. Work out 5.5 times 0.2, all divided by 0.05. We always do the part in brackets first. 5.5 times 0.2 is 1.1. Now we divide 1.1 by 0.05. Dividing by 0.05 asks how many little steps of that size fit in, and the answer is 22. The answer is 22, option C. Question 14. Part A asks us to round 654,497 to the nearest hundred. To round, we peek at the digit just after the hundreds place. That digit is 9, and 9 is 5 or more, so we round up. The answer is 654,500, option C. Part B asks us to round 56.7361 to the nearest hundredth. The hundredths digit is 3, and the next digit is 6. 6 is 5 or more, so the 3 rounds up to 4. The answer is 56.74, option B. Question 15. A worker spent 1/4 of his salary on food. Then he spent 1/2 of what was left on school fees and saved 45,000 francs. Find his salary. Let's think in fractions of the whole salary. Food took 1/4, so 3/4 were left. School fees took 1/2 of that 3/4, which is 3/8 of the salary. So the savings are 3/4 minus 3/8, which is 3/8 of the salary. That 3/8 equals 45,000 francs. So 1/8 is 15,000, and the whole salary is 8/8, which is 120,000 francs. The answer is option B. Question 16. Add 4.5 kilograms and 13.6 decagrams and give the answer in kilograms. Before we can add, both amounts must be in the same unit. 1 decagram is 1/100th of a kilogram, that is 0.01 kilogram. So 13.6 decagrams is 0.136 kilograms. Now we add 4.5 and 0.136. That gives 4.636 kilograms. The answer is option D. Question 17. 20 trees are planted in a straight line along a terrace with 2 meters between each tree. Find the length of the terrace. Here is a helpful idea. Picture the trees like fence posts. The number of gaps between them is always 1 less than the number of trees. So 20 trees make 19 gaps. Each gap is 2 meters, so the length is 19 times 2. That gives 38 meters. The answer is 38 meters, option B. That brings us to the end of Part A. The rest of this paper, the remaining questions, continues in Part B. Open Part B next and keep going. We pick up exactly where we left off. See you in Part B.